Today, Southwest Florida, I'm going to tell you the truth about 3 things that get in the way of us starting and sometimes growing and succeeding in a business. Those 3 things are fear, worry, and stress, right? Fear, worry, and stress, part of your everyday life. If you're thinking about starting a business in Southwest Florida, I know they've been part of mine. And there's still 3 little annoying Indians that come back and start to nag at my thoughts from time to time. I'm Darcy Eikenberg. I'm a leadership and business coach based in Bonita Springs, Florida, right on the southwest coast of Florida. And I'm here as your guide to answer questions and to help encourage and inspire you to start your business. You know, it's easy to say that fear is normal, that we all have it, but let's face it, we all think we should be fearless, right? We look at somebody else who's successful and we think, oh, why can't that be me? I'm the one that wakes up at night and I'm worrying about my finances, or I'm worrying about what other people might think if I leave my good on paper job and go and start a business. Or I'm worried that maybe I'm kidding myself. I have a fear that maybe I'm not as good at that thing that I want to do as I thought I could be or should be. Does that sound familiar? Boy, I tell you, that happened to me. A quick story when, I'd been a very successful consultant. I had a great job, great people around me. It looked good on paper. But I knew there was something else. There was something more that I wanted for my life. I wanted to take more control. I wanted to do the things and work with people that I wanted to work with. And so when I did the hard work to get clear, to get confident, to take control, and decided the kind of business and life I wanted to have, I talked about it with my parents. And I love my mother, but my mom was the voice of all the fears that I had. You make good money doing what you're doing. They like you doing what you're doing. You have lots of flexibility. Why change? And today we laugh about it, but you might have somebody like my mom, maybe it's your mom, maybe it's you, that's in your head that reminds you of all the fears, reminds you of all the things that could go wrong, that are risky, that are worrisome. And probably if you're someone who is thinking about starting a business, you already have a track record of some kind of success. Something you've done has worked, and you have this little voice saying, I know I could probably be confident and do more and make something of this. But there's this bigger voice that says, oh no, not you. Oh no, are you good enough? Oh no, why would you risk it? Well, here's something I want you to know, and one of the most important things as we are managing through fear, stress, and worry, if we're starting a business or thinking about starting a business, that voice is not real. Oh, you may think it's your mother's voice, but let me tell you a secret. It's your brain trying to protect you. Now, there's actually neurological science in this, but I'm going to just try to simplify it. If you want more of the neurological science, tell me about it. I'll shoot some articles out in the comments. But there's a part of our brain that is built just to take care of us, to protect us, for survival. It's built to make sure that we continue the species, that we eat, that we run away from danger. And that part of the brain is what speaks up when we start to feel worry, when we start to feel fear, when we start to feel that kind of negative stress that makes us uncomfortable. But it's the same part of the brain that used to ding when we'd hear, our ancestors would hear a dinosaur roar. The same part of your brain dings when you think about talking to your first customer, or asking for a bank loan, or taking the chance to ask others to support you. We have to recognize that that message our brain is sending, oh, don't do that, oh, that's not safe, it's false. It's just our brain trying to protect us. And the writer Elizabeth Gilbert, who most recently wrote a great book called Big Magic, talks about that brain, that piece of your brain, saying put it in the back seat like it's a little annoying child. And that part of the brain, don't give it the power to change the radio station, to tell you where to turn. You have to talk back to that brain. Talk back to that prehistoric lizard brain that's just trying to protect you and say, I hear you, and I have a plan. I have confidence. I know what we're going to be doing, and I may not succeed, but I'm going to take the steps anyway. So the first strategy to manage the worry and the fear and the stress is to know where it's coming from, and it's coming from that lizard brain. Talk back to it. Make sure that you're making the decisions, not letting the prehistoric lizard brain that's just trying to protect you make decisions for you. You're the adult here. You know what's best for you. The second strategy to get over the fear and the worry and the stress is to do your homework to know the facts. So many times we get worried and we start to have all this fear because we're skipping ahead. Because we're guessing, well, if I can't get a customer, then I'm never going to make money. If I don't make money, then I can't pay the rent. If I can't pay the rent, then I'm going to be living in a box under the bridge. Right? We swirl ahead. But if we decide to employ a strategy where we're going to first do the homework and know the facts, we can first say, okay, so I'm worried about getting a customer. Do people like me get customers? Are there other businesses that do what I do? Talk to those businesses. Understand, don't make it up. Oh, no one buys interior decoration services because everybody's trying to save money. Well, is that your lizard brain talking? Or is that a fact? Go hunt down the answers. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to your ideal customer. Who's the person that you get excited about helping and serving with the business that you're thinking about starting? Don't get blocked because you think you know the facts. Get the facts. This is also really important if you're someone who your main fears are about money. I've seen so many people talk themselves out of good ideas, good business ventures, and even good career moves just because they're guessing about their money. Get it written down. Take the time. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be in a big fancy spreadsheet, but just write down. What does it cost you to live? What do you make? What are your bills? What do you have saved? Put it in front of you. If it gets complex, there are fee-based financial planners. Some may be watching and can offer their services who can help you look at what you have, help you make a budget, but help you get the facts about your money. Not do something because you think that your money's a certain way or you think you don't have what you need. So, do your homework and get the facts is the second way to chase away fear, stress, and worry. The third strategy to overcome fear, stress, and worry and to make it work for you when you're thinking about starting a new business or when you're in the beginning stages of a new business is to take that fear and turn it into excitement. Turn it into something that's positive, not something that's negative. And here's how. I had a client who was getting ready, had an opportunity to make a short presentation at a networking event. You know, and this happens, right? We get a chance to stand up and say, "Hi, I'm Darcy, and this is what I do, and this is how I add value." So she was really nervous. Her lizard brain was telling her she wasn't a good public speaker. Although I watched her talking to people all the time, and she's very comfortable. She's very articulate, and she had a great story to tell about what she was starting and what she was trying to do. But she started to get so nervous that she's fumbling all over herself. So she said, "Darcy, how do I avoid that the next time?" And here's the secret I told her. When you're feeling that fear, when you're feeling that nervousness before an event, before picking up the phone to call that person who said, "Yeah, I'd be interested in hearing more about what you do," anything that feels fearful, stop, take a breath, and turn it into excitement. So instead of thinking, "Oh my God, I don't know what to say to this client, I'm going to mess it up," say to yourself something like, "What a great opportunity that I have to be able to talk to this person, and I might be able to serve them. And how exciting would that be if what I do, the gifts that I bring, might be something that helps solve one of their problems. What an honor to be able to have an opportunity to do that." When you shift from that negative fear, "I can't, I'm going to mess it up, it's going to be bad, I'm going to make a fool of myself," and you turn that fear into excitement. "Wow, what a great opportunity. I might not be perfect, but I'm going to give it my best try. I'm so honored to be able to have this opportunity, this chance, this situation that's just happened for me or that I've created." When you take that fear and you turn it into excitement, it starts working for you. And let me tell you, others can see it too. People get uncomfortable when other people are fearful or they're worried or they're stressful, right? Think about in your own life. If there was we'll take the hair salon again, just as an example. If there was a stylist who, as she sat down to meet with you, said, "Yeah, well, I kind of think I know what to do with your hair," or, "Well, maybe this will look good on you," how confident would you be in letting her touch your hair? Or how confident would you come back again? But if she said, "Well, she was some interesting things we can try and what would work for you," and she had confidence, but she was excited, not fearful, wouldn't that make a difference? So this can be applied in any kind of industry. Take that fear and turn it into excitement. The reality is that any time we do something that's new, that's a stretch, something where we're growing and we're making a bigger contribution, we're stretching ourselves, we are always going to churn up the fear. That's when that lizard brain kicks in, right? The lizard brain wants to keep us where we've been. Stay safe, honey. You be protected. But there's a great quote that I love to remember for myself. And it goes, "A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for." So talk back to that lizard brain. Know that fear is a natural part of our growing, of our reaching out, of our building, and especially those of us who are starting and building businesses that are going to solve somebody's problem here in Southwest Florida, businesses that are going to continue to build women's presence in our community, and businesses that are going to do something for you, for your family, for your goals. So don't let the fear, the worry, the stress get in the way. Talk back to that lizard brain. Do the homework and get the facts. And remember that you can turn that fear into excitement so that it drives you, it builds you up, and helps you every single day through everything that you do. So how about you? What are you going to do to help overcome the fear, the worry, the stress? Tell us your secrets, your strategies, because the things that you share may be something that someone else can use too. You never know when the gift that you have might be useful for somebody else. I look forward to reading your comments and seeing you here next week, and know that our conversations the questions we'll answer are all based on things that you ask us. So feel free to put questions in the comments. We'll answer them as we go, and you might find your question as the topic of one of our next business building blocks, one step at a time. I'm Darcy Eikenberg. Thank you for being here and for your work in supporting business in Southwest Florida. We'll see you soon.